Welcome back to the PCBWay website exploration. In surface mount assembling, the stencil is an essential tool to ensure that the appropriate amount of solder paste is on the right pads. In this video, we will introduce how to order a stencil for your PCB project. On the PCBWay website, there are two options for you to place a stencil order. You can either order a stencil combined with a PCB or just a stencil by itself. In the PCB code page, you need first set all the parameters for PCB and then check the SMD stencil at the bottom to connect the orders. Next, select the parameters of the stencil you required. You can choose a framework or non-framework stencil that best fits your need. The framework stencil is for automated solder paste printing machine, and there are several standard sizes to be chosen. Non-framework stencils are typically used for hand soldering, and you can also customize the stencil sizes and select other parameters according to your requirements. When you put the mouse on the green question mark, you can get a detailed explanation of related parameters. If you have any special requests about the stencil, you can also write them down in the blank. After setting all the parameters, you need to upload the Gerber file and proceed with payment after review. When ordering stencils together with PCBs, there is one additional point to be noted. If the connected PCB for a stencil is panelized, then the working file of the stencil will be panelized accordingly. But if you don't want the stencil to be panelized, you should then submit a separate stencil order. If you only need a stencil, there is a separate SMD stencil code page. As usual, you need to set all the parameters for the stencil. Once completed, you should then upload the related Gerber file for stencil production. If you want to place a stencil for an existing PCB order at PCBWay, you can directly select the PCB order number and don't need to upload the Gerber file additionally. PCBWay will use its PCB production file for stencil production. If there is anything else about stencil ordering that you'd like to know, don't hesitate to leave your comments below.